circle always represents the invert operation or reverse operation or complement operation. You can use these universal gates to create any circuit. It can be represented as Z equals complement of X or Y. The last case, if you take two ones, then the output will be 0. Hello students, welcome to the next session of Digital Electronics. I am Dr. Soumyashri from Department of Computer Science, Vidyashram College. Till last session, we studied about the functions and the expressions that we have used as a sum of product and product of sum, isn't it? So we use the expressions, the variables, either A, B or C, D, X, Y, Z, P, Q, R, S, any variable you can use. Why do you need these variables? Why do you need to study? Why do you need to simplify it? There is no necessity of simplification, isn't it? You can use the variables as it is. What is the basis of all these digital concepts that we have discussed so far? Like getting the sum of the products and product of the sum, simplification with algebraic method, simplification using the coordinate maps. Why do you need to study all these things? What is the purpose of this study? If I ask this question, what is your answer? If you ask this question to me, my answer is these are the basic blocks or basic things that we need to study a integrated circuit, which is the basis for any digital device. So the subject is digital electronics. This digital electronics device is having a basis of integrated circuit. How you can make it work is with the help of the integrated circuits. What does this integrated circuit or the chip, in a common word we call it as a chip. What does this chip contains? These chips contain the chip or chips. Multiple chips will be used in a device. If you use a chip will contain transistors. What are these transistors? Transistors are the devices which are combined to form an integrated circuit. Then what does this transistor consist of? Transistor consists of different circuits, okay, different wires that are connected, through which you are going to connect these wires. Wires are connected through various gates. Okay, gate is opening, isn't it? What is the meaning of gate? Is a way or path where you can open and close. You will be having compound around your house. Can you move or can you pass through the compound? If you want to enter the house or you want to come out of the house or you want to come out of the compound, if you cover all the four directions of the house with the compound, can you get any way to move? You can jump off the compound. If you want to move your bike out of the compound, how you can do this without any way? So there will be a way left to movement, isn't it? Which is called as a gate. The same concept of gate is used in this, but the gate in the digital device or the transistor is allowing the electricity to flow either in or out. If it is in, the switch will be on. If it is out, the gate will be closed. If gate is open, electricity can enter the circuit. If the gate is closed, electricity cannot enter the gate. So the concept of gate is similar to the real world gate. It is a path which allows the transmission of electricity in the device. Okay. Today's concept that we are going to study is about the gates. These are not the normal gates, these are the logic gates. So these logic gates will allow the electricity to flow in and stop flowing. Now the concept is we have to use the logic gates. In this session, let's know what are these logic gates, what are the types of logic gates we have, what is the representation you can use for these logic gates, and how you can combine these logic gates to form a circuit. Alright, the first thing is to know about the basic logic gates. We will get the basic logic gates. The basic gates we can get is a NOT gate, an AND gate, and an OR gate. Okay, we have three types of gates: AND gate, OR gate, and NOT gate. Now, you know the purpose of introducing AND operation, OR operation, and NOT operation, because these operations are needed to open and close these basic gates, that is NOT, and OR. These are called as the basic. To create any circuit, you need these three basic gates. Without these gates, you can't create a circuit. In this, we have three gates. Apart from these are the basic gates. By combination of these gates, we get some more gates, that is a NAND gate and NOR gate. These NAND and NOR gates are usually called as the universal gates. These are called as the universal gates. Why they are called as the universal gates? Let's discuss later. Now we have the universal gates. We use De Morgan's theorem also to implement the gates. Apart from that, you have another gate known as exclusive OR gate. Okay, or simply it is called as the XOR gate. What is this XOR gate? Why do we use that? Let's check. Okay, the gate we are studying is exclusive OR gate. Then another type of gate we have is multiple input gates. All right. Now, how many types of gates are there? Basic gates, universal gates, gates using the De Morgan's theorem, exclusive OR XOR gate, then multiple input gates or combination gates. You can call this as combination gates also. This is about the basic logic gates. Now, let us study each of these gates in detail. The first gate you can study is the NOT gate. NOT is generating a complement. If it is 0, 1, 1 and 0. This gate is also called as the inverter. Okay, it changes, inverts the state, isn't it? So it is called as the inverter. The representation of NOT gate is like this. Okay, this is the input and this is the output. This is the actual gate. Any gate contains these three components: input, gate and output. Input may be multiple inputs you can have. There may be multiple outputs you can get. But the thing is, a gate can have multiple inputs, but output will always be one output. Okay, single output. You can have multiple inputs. Multiple inputs, single output. This is the actual gate. Okay, this is NOT gate, a triangle with a circle. Circle always represents the invert operation or reverse operation or complement operation. All right. In whatever gate you use, if you use a circle in front of the gate, then it is complementing. You have to understand that it is complementing the value. Okay. The input we are giving here is X, single input we are giving, and we are getting the single output. This is a unary operation. Not is an unary operation, isn't it? You can use the table here. Table is having only one input. One input can have only two values, either 0 or 1, isn't it? So, the output will be invert of this. If the input is 0, output will be 1. If input is 1, output will be 0. So, the NOT gate is complementing the input. Output will be complement of the input. Alright. So, this can be represented as y equals tilde of x. Tilde represents the complement value. Okay. If you give tilde of y, it will be complement of y. Alright. So, this is the NOT gate. NOT gate can be represented like this: y equals tilde of x or y equals exclamatory mark of x. This is a different representation you can use, or you can use it as y equals not x, or you can use it as y equals x dash, as we use in the expressions, isn't it? X dash plus y dash plus z dash. Like this you can use y equals x dash or y equals x. So it is complement. Y equals x, usually used in the textbook. Then not of yx. In algebraic expression, you can use it as not of yx. Okay. This is the NOT gate. NOT gate, if you use two NOT gates, it is double complementing. Okay. Now we have x complemented will give you x complement. When you apply complement once again, it will be double complement, gives the same value. Suppose if I give 0 here, coming out of 0, it will become 1. Coming out of the gate, it will become 1. When you supply 1 to another gate, it will become again 0, isn't it? So, if you take another case, if you are providing 1 here with the complement, what you get when you go through the NOT gate, it will become 0. When 0 comes through another NOT gate, it will become 1, isn't it? Here we have x complement of x. So, 0 will be changed to 1, 1 will be changed to 0. When you do double complement, 1 will be changed to 0 and 0 will be changed to 1. So, this is another NOT gate. If you apply two NOT gates, the same value will be produced at the end. Okay, this is the NOT gate. Next is the AND gate. AND gate is multiplication gate. This AND gate is having binary operation. AND gate is used with the truth table of AND operation. AND operation will have two inputs, isn't it? You can have AND gate with two inputs, x and y, one output z. Combination you can have is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Now, the representation of AND gate is like this, one line and a globe like this, half globe, where you will get two inputs, x and y, and produce one output z. Okay, you can represent and with an ampersand x ampersand y, or you can use another symbols. If it is both 0, x into y, you will get the output as 0. If the input is x is 0, y is 1, the output will be 0. If it is 1, 0, then also the result is 0. 1 into 0 is 0, isn't it? If you take all ones, if both the inputs are 1, then the AND gate is producing 1, isn't it? So we have the truth table along with the gate representation. Alright, this is the AND gate. How you can represent the AND gate is, you can use this expression x ampersand y. This is one form of representation. You can take x and y in another representation. Then x and y, the meaning is same, or x intersection y, or you can take set theory if it is x intersection y or x into y. Algebraic expression is x into y, or simply you can take it as xy, which is used usually in the textbook. Apart from that, you can take AND of x and of z comma xy. This is the output. These two are the inputs. This is AND zxy. Next gate we have is the OR gate. OR gate is incomplete with the OR truth table of OR operation. Okay. So truth table of OR operation has 2 inputs and 1 output. So we have the combinations 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. The result will be 0 plus 0 will be 0, 0 plus 1 will be 1, 1 plus 0 will be 1 and 1 plus 1 equals 1. Now we have again 2 inputs and 1 output. If you have both zeros, 0 plus 0, output will be 0. If you take x as 0 and y as 1, 0 plus 1, output will be 1. Another case is when x becomes 1 and y becomes 0. When you make 1 plus 0, the result will be 1, is it not? Now, we have another case when both the values are 1, then the result will also be 1. Alright. So, this is the OR gate. How do you represent the OR gate? You can represent the OR gate like this: x or y, x hash y, one and the same, or you can use the word x or y, or you can use it as x plus y, which is generally used in textbook, x union y in both the expressions, x union y in set theory, or you can take OR of z comma x comma y. So, this is the representation of OR gate. Next we have the universal gates. Why do we call the universal gates is, you can use these universal gates to create any circuit. You can create any circuit with the help of the universal gates. Since it can be applicable to anything and universally applicable, it is called as the universal gates. Which are the universal gates? These are the basic gates. The combination of these gates gives rise to the NAND and the NOR gates. So, these NAND and NOR gates can be used to create any other circuit, any other gate. That means you can create a NOT, you can create an AND gate, you can create an OR gate even. You can create basic gates with the universal gates. That is why, since they are applicable universally to every circuit, they are called as the universal gates. Let's know what are these NAND and NOR gates. The first thing is the NAND gate. The term, why it is called as NAND gate? Let's know. We have the NAND gate. The NAND gate is using the reverse of the AND gate. Here 0 0 will be resulting in 1, 0 1 is resulting in 1, 1 0 is resulting in again 1. When both are 1, then you will get the result 0. How you are reversing this is the representation of the NAND gate. AND gate with a circle, okay, represents the NAND gate. Again, the NAND gate is having 2 inputs and 1 output. If you take the values, if they are 0, it will produce 1. If the input is 0, 1, 0 into 1, NAND gate will again produce 1. Another case, if you take 1, 0, then also the value is 1. The last case, if you take 2 ones, then the output will be 0. How is this? AND gate and NAND gates are reverse of each other, isn't it? What does the AND gate is doing? Exactly the reverse is done in the NAND gate. So you can represent the NAND gate like this. Z equals complement of X and Y. X into Y or X and Y. Can also represent as NAND of Z comma X comma Y. How you can represent the NAND gate? You can represent the NAND gate as AND gate and NOT gate. NOT plus AND. So these O and T will be removed and is called as the NAND gate. NOT gate plus AND gate combine to form the NAND gate. Alright, here we have the actual representation of the NAND gate. A AND gate is complemented using the NOT gate. So you can observe here X, Y, W. So W is the intermediate result. W will have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and another one, 3 combinations 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. How it is W is getting is, if you take both the zeros, the intermediate result will be 0. When 0 comes through the NOT gate, it will become 1. Okay. The second case is, if you take 0, 1, X as 0 and Y as 1, the result will be 0. When it passes through the NOT gate, you will get again 1, isn't it? The next, when you have 1, 0, X as 1 and Y as 0, again W will be 0. When the 0 passes through the NOT gate, it will produce 1, isn't it? Now we have the last one, when both are 1. 1 into 1 produces 1. When it passes through the NOT gate, this will become 0. Okay. You are using 2 gates here. AND gate with a circle represents this diagram. NOT gate plus AND gate forms the NAND gate. The next gate is the NOR gate. NOR gate is representation is like this with a circle. Again, NOR gate having 2 inputs X and Y producing an output Z. Alright, can be represented as Z equals complement of X or Y, or you can use it as NOR of Z comma X comma Y. So you can use like this. X into Y, X plus Y produces Z. So this is 0 into 0, 0 plus 0 equals 1, 0 plus 1 equals 0, 1 plus 0 equals 0, 1 plus 1 again equals to 0. It is exactly the reverse of OR gate, is it not? Now we have the representation of the NOR gate. It is NOT plus OR. OT will be cancelled, getting the term NOR gate. Again, NOR gate is having an intermediate product W. If you check with the cases, you will get when X is 0, Y is 0, you will get the result 0. 0 when passes through the NOT gate becomes 1. 0, 1. Another case is when X is 0 and Y becomes 1, X plus 1 is 1. So W equals 1. When it passes through the NOT gate, it will become 0. The final result is 0. If I take another case, when X is 1 and Y is 0. So what happens is 1 plus 0 gives you 1. Here we have 1. When it passes through the NOT gate, you will get 0, isn't it? This is the final result. The last case is when X is 1 and Y is 1. 1 plus 1 will give you 1. When it passes through the NOT gate, it will become 0. This is exactly the reverse of the OR operation. NAND is the reverse of the AND and NOR is the reverse of the OR. Okay. So this is these two. The NOR gate can be represented as intermediate W equals X or Y, Z equals complement of W or complement of X or Y, or you can represent like this, NOR of Z comma X comma Y. Alright. In the next session, let's check with some other OR and gates and how do you implement De Morgan's theorem in the gates, exclusive OR and multiple inputs gate. Alright. Thank you.